One thing that I love about this author is he's being real. He's telling you what it is, like how it is in the real world. I remember in chapter one when he says that if you get experienced PM to let their guard down for a few moments, they will let you know that their first few projects where it didn't go so well, and that is the sugar coated version. I can't forget sugar coated version. Welcome everyone. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing chapter 2 of Project Management by Gary R. Hecking. He defined a project as a temporary endeavor. That is to say that a project is temporary in nature. It has a specific start and end date, and that a project consists of well-defined small jobs. That is the task that will result in a specific end product or products, that is the deliverables, and that a project has specific pathway to execution, that is that a project follows a specific pattern of execution, which is the schedule. He further mentions that a project always has uncertainties. A project always has uncertainties, and these uncertainties represent the risk and is an ever-present threat to the project manager's ability to make definitive plans and predict outcomes with high level of confidence. A project consumes time, money, material, and labor. And the role of a project manager is to act as a steward of these resources, ensuring that they are administered as sparingly and as effectively as possible. He defined project management according to PMI as the application of knowledge, of skills, of techniques, of tools to project activities to meet project requirements. And he further pointed out that the application of these skills, the application of these tools, these techniques come after much education and on the job experience. One thing that I love about this author is he's being real. He's telling you what it is, like how it is in the real world. I remember in chapter one when he said that if you get experienced PM to let their guard down for a few moments, they will let you know that their first few projects where it didn't go so well, and that is the sugar coated version. I can't forget sugar coated versions. Okay, to say that every project manager or aspiring project manager needs on the job experience. No matter what you've read in books, no matter what you've been told in class, you need on the job experience. That's one way to learn and unlearn certain things, know what works and what doesn't work, because practical and theory are not the same. There's a gap in between. He covered project management life cycle, and aside from the conventional project management life cycle that we all know, the initiation, as the planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and close out, he went further to break this project management life cycle into 8 steps. So the very first step that he mentioned is identifying the frame of the problem or the opportunity. So he is saying that there is need for the problem or the opportunity to be fully understood, and that it is paramount for project success, because you cannot really know the best solution to a problem without fully understanding the nature of the problem. And he mentioned the term solution jumping. I don't know if it's a term in project management or it was just the author's creative idea. He mentioned that solution jumping is the tendency for people to jump into conclusion, to prefer solution to a problem that is not fully understood. They don't understand the technicalities of the problem. They don't understand what, when you are excited about an opportunity, you just want to jump into it without really analyzing the opportunity, the situation, the problem, whatsoever. This is termed as solution jumping, and according to him, it accounts for a significant amount of project failures. Step 2, identify and define the best solution. Remember, in step 1, we talked about identifying and framing the problem or opportunity. So in step 2, we have to identify the best solution to tackle the problem. The team will have to brainstorm approaches to take, and they have to articulate what the criteria of success is for the project. Step 3, identify the task and the resource requirements. So this is where the team will have to brainstorm how much resource is needed for the completion of the project. Are we getting external resource? Are we working with internal resource? How much work are we doing? And what are the tasks that needs to be done? And how are we going to sequence this task to ensure that everything runs smoothly? Step 4, prepare the control schedule and resource allocation plan. There are a couple of points that he noted, and I want to read from the note. The network or logic diagram is prepared to display the optimum sequencing of the task. That is arranging the tasks in the right order to get the best results. And the length of time needed to complete each task, each duration is estimated. By combining the optimum sequence of tasks, the task duration, and the project assumed start date, the team can place the project on real time. He defined real time by saying that it is much like scheduling an appointment. It reveals the total project duration and the expected project completion date. Step 5, estimating project costs and preparing project budget. Step 6 is analyzing the risk and stakeholders relationship. So once the fundamental of planning is complete, which is identifying the work, preparing the schedule, and estimating cost, the next course of action is to identify risk, that is things that pose threat to the project, and dealing with them. And this is what we call risk management. So risk management is identifying anything that could pose threat to the success of the project and dealing with them. Risk management ensures that the probability of that risk occurring is reduced, or the impact is reduced if it does occur. Risk analysis should be a continuous process. You should be ever vigilant for threats to your project success. So it's not like, oh, we have analyzed the risk and we are done. It means that we have to be vigilant. We have to constantly look out for threats to the project success. Step 7, maintain control and communication throughout the execution of the project. So in this step, he emphasizes that communication is paramount. The project manager has to communicate with the team, has to communicate with the organizational managers and key stakeholders. Organizational managers and key stakeholders should be kept on the know, especially when there are variations from the original plan, and there should also be an agreed upon frequency for communication. That is where you can give status report for the project. And he mentioned that status report should cover 3 key areas, which are the cost, the schedule, and the quality of the deliverable. Step 8, manage an orderly closeout. He pointed 2 salient points under this step. Firstly, he mentioned that the project manager must ensure to keep the team focused, because this is the point where their focus begins to drift, because they feel that they've gotten to the end of the project and they can now start focusing on every other thing. And so the project manager has to ensure that they are focused till the very end, because allowing their focus to drift could be very detrimental to the completion of the project at the stated date, and this could have devastating effect on customer satisfaction. Secondly, he mentioned that the team should carry out studies on lesson learned. So lesson learned should be discussed and documented to ensure that future projects and project teams will not repeat certain mistakes. So they have to document what went well, what did not go well, and why they think those things didn't go as planned. Furthermore, he mentioned the term, which is managing the project with full life cycle perspective. And according to him, this is the perspective that any decision you make during the project will have profound effect on the project delivery or deliverable, either the efficiency, the utilization, the productivity, or profitability of the project deliverable. Having this mindset guides the project manager's decision all through the project management process. Lastly, we're looking at defining project success. The author identified different ways that a project can be deemed successful, and one of those ways is the project meets the project target. And he identifies certain questions that the team or the project manager would answer to verify if this project actually met the project target. That is, did the project meet its original cost, quality, schedule, and functionality? The second level of success is the project efficiency. Here we look at questions to verify how well the project was managed, because if the project wasn't really managed well, then according to the author, that project cannot be really seen as successful. And certain questions we should ask to see if this project was managed efficiently is: what was the disruption to the client's operation? Was the budget effectively managed? How well was conflict resolved? And so on and so forth. Level 3 is customer or user utility. So here we look at if the project actually fulfilled its mission, and we ask questions like: how much money were we able to save? Did we save money as expected? Did the organization make profit? Was there a verifiable increase in sale? Is the customer or client using the product for what it is intended for? And finally, organizational improvement. We ask questions to verify if the organization has grown as a result of the project, if future projects are going to run more smoothly because of the lessons learned from this project, and so on and so forth. With this, we have come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking with me until now. Please comment down below if there was anything that interested you, something new that you learned from today's summary. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you once again for watching, and please do not forget to like, to share, to comment, to click on the notification bell so as to be notified when I post the summary for other chapters. I can't wait to see you in the next video. But for now, do take care of your lovely self, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.